Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have a Gundam Converge figure review, the Gundam Converge EX26 Pale Rider. Now this was the latest EX version as far as I know, and then recently there was an announcement for EX27, or 28 actually, yeah, sorry about that, it's not the latest version anymore, but at the time of course. So I am aware of the latest two new EX versions, the Neo Zeon from the Gundam Narrative version, basically the white Neo Zeon, and then the Gundam Converge Narrative A-Pack. Yeah, the A-Pack has been announced, and I'm definitely trying to get both of them if possible. The Pale Rider is one of those moves where not everybody is aware, but even though those who don't know about it, when they see it, they fall in love with it. And most of the HD kits, both of them are premium Bandai. Even there's a Expo exclusive version, and then originally you were supposed to able to get an HD version when you bought the game at the time. But finally, we have something that's retail, which is this Gundam Converge figure. Now, the interesting about this Gundam Converge figure is that it comes with both equipment for the ground type and the space type, which is very interesting, and we haven't seen such gimmick often. Alright, so let's get on to the review. So currently, you can see it on its ground equipment form, because to me, when it comes to the Pale Rider, the ground version comes into mind. I'm pretty sure some people will have the space mind in space version in mind, but that's just how it is for me. So what you get, of course, is obviously the box. Let's look at the box. Of course, the box has. I really like this new style of box art. We have the Pale Rider EX26. There is a premium Bandai version which is called the Hades mode, which is basically the vents are colored in gold, and then the blue visor is now in red. So yeah, as you can see here, we have one base form, and then we have the space type and the ground type. And yeah, I'm gonna put this one here and then take away the stand. I hope that stand isn't too noisy. So here we have the space equipment. So currently for the space equipment, we have the thrusters for the back, and then we have the chain gun or minigun, depending on how you want to say it. Here we have the shield. I remember on the HD version, like this entire black area were like stickers. Here we have the beam rifle. First time seeing this beam rifle in this Gundam Converge as well. The space type also has different shoulders, so we get these type of shoulders, which is also interesting because we have to actually take apart the arms. And then here we have the chain belt for the Gatling gun, and then this ammo pack, I believe. So okay, let's see what we got for the ground type version. So I actually really like how this thing turned out. So currently on my camera, it may look a bit light blue, but in actual form, it might has like a drop of purple on it. So really weak purple, actually, purplish blue or bluish purple, whatever you want to call it. So currently, as I mentioned before on my previous videos regarding Gundam Converge figures, is that these are not model kits. These are collectible figures, and they do not have any articulation. They're very small. They're like, yeah, they're not big, they're just small collectible figures, so don't have too much expectations on it. So even with the stand, it's about like what, 7 to 6 centimeters tall. So yeah, so for the shield, we have this type of shield, which can be seen in the HGUC Gym Striker, and the shield is not connected as a round peg, but a square peg on the arm. So that's that. And then we have a bullpen machine gun here. The wrist can move since it's on a peg. The handles are always going to be like this roundish peg because you have to connect it to the hand, unless they make a separate, trigger finger hand for the figure. So yeah, this is also the first time seeing this here. I do wish they would make more gym type mobile suits in Gundam Converge figure, because when you think about it, there aren't as many gym type figures than you think in the Gundam Converge line. So the arms, like the Gundam Crossbone full cloth version, once again, this hole was just too tight for this peg, and at worst, if you forced it, you might actually break the peg. So what I did is to get a small screwdriver, and get something at the size that is almost similar as this, or a little bit bigger, and then I just kind of drived it in, so it would enlarge in the hole. So now the hole is like just the perfect fit. It's not too tight or not too loose. So keep that in mind. And regarding the swapping with the space type equipment, this is how it works. You take this apart and then reattach the arm. So this is how you get the space type equipment. So there are some parts like that. Some parts you just need to exchange. So here we have the missile launcher. They don't give you an open version, and then this is one of those L-shaped pegs, which is actually pretty common in the Gundam Converge line. So yeah, on the left arm, the hand is just a fist, so you can't attach any more weapons onto it. So here we have the backpack. The backpack is actually a detachable because you need to replace this gray part with this part as well, which I will show you guys later. And the interesting part about Gundam Converge is also, like, when it comes to the head, it's not, the figure itself is not always about like rubber, but it's also like a mixture of ABS plastic, because as far as I know, like these visors or in cameras, those are plastic. So, which absolutely love that small detail, and I actually love the head as well. And the antenna is not too frail as well, because sometimes these antennas can come in bent, or they're just very frail. So just be careful. But this one doesn't feel too frail. All right, so. And the cannon, this is not the exact same cannon as the Gundam ground type, but it is like the similar technology. Now in the HD version, you can actually like swivel this way through to the hand, but in this case that's not the case. And yes, this also has like one of those specific directional pegs going on, so kind of tricky, but yeah, not impossible. I think this is the right way, and then you can actually attach this, which was something I wasn't expecting, but hey, I'm just happy they actually did. So yeah. Alright, so now we're done with the ground equipment part. I will now be back with the space equipment part, so stay tuned. Okay, now we're back with the space type equipment. Now we have some changes. Number one is a beam rifle instead of a machine gun. We have a different shield, and then we have different shoulders, which I just showed you like how to swap them. And instead of having a cannon, we have now a big minigun or Gatling gun on the backpack with this nice ammo belt. Of course, if you want to actually mount this on the hand, you have to use a different ammo belt. So yeah, definitely a lot of considerations. Of course, like some people say these figures are lacking in detail, but I say it's not that lacking, because look at all that detail. Of course, I believe the scope has to be in yellow, but who cares about that at this point. And very stiff connection at the, as you can see, but once again the handle is also those round pegs, which is, you know, something that's not, you know, it's kind of hard to avoid. And the shield, yeah, nothing too special going on here. So now let's talk about the Gatling gun. So Gatling gun, as I mentioned, it's kind of painful to connect these, but it's not impossible. So I'm going to take off the minigun. Now once again, there's no swivel gimmick on the backpack, so you have to take it off manually, and then reattach the hand here. And then, as far as I know, the way how this works is that it still has to connect to the back, which I'm not too sure if it's possible, but I'll give it a try, because for me, when it comes to space equipment, I wasn't really expecting like this chain ammo belt function, but luckily it does reach and it works. So yeah, if you want to have the chain minigun, it works. And so definitely, so basically, the more I see and play around these Gundam Converge figures, the more I feel like they should make a board game for using Gundam Converge figures. And as I mentioned, definitely I would recommend this if you have the money, because this is one of those figures that kind of tempts you to buy two of them, and I actually do want to buy another one so I can have both versions. Heck, or maybe if I can find a cheap second-hand version, I would like to make my own custom version as well. Because I'm pretty sure making a custom version should be less painful than making a custom kit. I think. I can't really guarantee or say for sure, but that's how it is for how I think. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review of the Gundam Converge EX26 Pale Rider. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.